Welcome to a brand new episode of B&B Movie Reviews. This week, legacy characters revisit what they did last summer, and Marvel's first family gets reintroduced in the MCU again.
Liam Neeson is channeling his inner Leslie Nielsen, say that 3 times real fast, and some children go missing from a 3rd grade classroom. Stay right there. B&B is coming up next. Ava, our new lead, and some podcast girl get chased in the legacy sequel to the 1997 original, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Brad.
Some podcast girl?
Yeah, I can't remember.
I hate to break the news to you, but that podcast girl is probably the best actor in this movie.
You think so?
I think she does a lot with very little.
Very little.
And
I think
it's one of the more memorable scenes of the movie.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot that's not memorable about this movie. Or a lot that I would like to forget about this movie. So, Leah, let's rewind a little bit. So, I don't know about you, but this came in an era back in the late 90s where there was kind of a resurgence in like the slasher genre with Scream and Urban Legend and
this was like the Scream follow-up, right? Like Kevin Williamson,
yeah. And he wrote this movie before Scream.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed that first movie and the cast of that movie. I mean, we're talking about that cast today: Sarah Michelle Gellar, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze Jr., and Ryan Phillippe. You know, so like that was like a cast that was really strong back in 1997.
Yeah, I do not have the same nostalgia for the original film that you do.
Yeah.
I do like that cast, and I probably like that cast more today than I did then, especially Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah.
And Freddie Prinze Jr. does have a lot more to do in this new reboot, legacy sequel, than I was anticipating, and I think he's pretty darn good with it, even though the film does him dirty the way that you did Podcast Girl dirty. I think that we get some really good kills, and if you're here for violence and special effects, I Know What You Did Last Summer delivers in 2025. If you want this to be, I don't know, like a warm hug of the original film, I think you might be disappointed. If you have a lot of love for that original film, you might actually be pretty darn angry towards how this film treats those original characters.
That's my biggest issue, and I'm part of the latter group. This movie did frustrate me a lot. It kind of infuriated me a little bit because of the love that I had for the original film and how it treats, and I'm not going to get too much into spoilers, but how it treats some of these legacy characters. I didn't like the choices that were made with some of those.
I understand, Bryan, and I don't think they necessarily make narrative sense within the context. At the same time, I appreciate a big swing, and when this movie is racing towards its climax, and we start to get the light bulb of where this story is going, you're like, oh, whoa, they can't do this. And then that they actually do it, I don't know if it does make sense given what's come before in the franchise. At the same time, I like a movie that goes like, yeah, we're doing this.
You know what? I can appreciate that, and I've heard interviews with I've heard interviews with nobody, about like some of the decisions that they make in the movie, and the movie does go for some big swings, and I can appreciate that. But to me, it feels like there needs to be another movie in between that we don't see, and to make that leap.
often we talk about how sequels, especially these reboot quills, are afraid to break the toys. They don't want to, do something new. They just want to do the old thing again. And for most of I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025, it is doing a repeat of what's come before until those last few minutes. And I like how it goes we're going to break stuff. And you might be mad about it, audience, but we don't care. We're here to do something new. And I do think that the end does something new. I wish the rest of the movie kind of helped establish the last 10 minutes of this movie better.
Yeah.
Because the first 10 minutes of this movie, let's not talk about the last 10 minutes. Let's talk about the first 10 minutes. It is pressing rewind on the first film and just doing the exact same beats at the exact same places.
Yeah.
And yes, they do try to make some jokes out of that, like this road again.
And the other thing that I do kind of like, even though they are kind of going through those same beats, the inciting incident is slightly different than it was in the original, where it also makes this group of our main characters not as
culpable.
They're culpable.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for. Not as culpable,
But it's so wink, wink, nudge, nudge with how they set up the eventual inciting incident for what happened last summer, right?
Yeah.
And it is the first 10 minutes is a movie that's going and I don't want anything to do with that. The last 10 minutes, even though it kind of betrays some characters, at least that is new. Yeah. Now, what they do with Jennifer Love Hewitt in this movie is, I think, the greatest sin.
Okay.
Because they give her nothing to do.
They really don't.
She is background.
Yeah.
She may as well not even be in this movie.
What's your ranking on this one?
Well, we're the B&B show.
We are.
If we like something, we give it a B+. If we don't like something, we say stay out of the theater, wait to video, it's a B-. I agree it's not a good movie.
It's not a good
It might
movie.
actually be a terrible movie. I just don't think it's a bad movie the way you think it's a bad movie, but it's still a B-.
I'm saying stay away from the theater. Don't see this. This is a B-. I said this coming out of the theater. I think I'm done with nostalgia.
Yeah, right.
I'm good with that for a while. So yeah, it's a B- for me. So yeah, those are our thoughts on I Know What You Did Last Summer. Stay away at all costs, please. But so when we return, the MCU, Fantastic Four, they join the family. So stay right there. We'll be right back.
Every minute counts in a poison emergency. That's why Poison Help is standing by 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in over 100 languages. Save Poison Help as a contact in your phone today. Call your local Poison Center at 1-800-222-1222.
Your world will be consumed by the Devourer. There is nothing you can do to stop him, for he is a universal force, as essential as the stars. Hold your loved ones close, and speak the words you've been afraid to speak. Use this time to rejoice and celebrate, for your time is short. I herald his beginning, I herald your end, I herald Galactus.
The Silver Surfer warns Earth 828 of their pending doom as the planet-eating Celestial marks their world for destruction in Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four First Steps. Bryan, I herald this review's beginning. I herald your terrible opinion about this movie.
It's coming.
And I herald our end. Fantastic Four First Steps, it's been a long time coming
for
this family to enter the MCU. We've had a bunch of different versions of this going all the way back to those bootleg days with the Roger Corman Fantastic Four, the Tim Story Fantastic Four movie, its sequel, Rise of the Silver Surfer, and of course, the tragedy of Josh Trank's Fantastic Four.
Man.
How does this stack up against those other Fantastic Four films?
I mean, compared to those, well, you know what? The Tim Story movies aren't as bad looking back on it. Like, when I'm looking back on those movies now, they're not great, But they're a lot of fun. I actually kind of dig those
I love
movies.
the performances of the original Kim Story movies.
And I like the portrayal of a lot of those characters for the tone that those particular movies were going for.
I love Doug Jones and Lawrence Fishburne's Silver Surfer.
I thought Doug Jones was great. I think Lawrence Fishburne was the perfect voice for Norrin Radd. I thought that was great. So those movies hold up better than how I thought of them years ago. I think this movie fits for whatever Marvel is trying to do with this particular world.
The key word there, Bryan, is whatever. Whatever they're doing.
Whatever they're doing. What are they doing? We don't know.
Whatever.
Whatever. But there are things that I liked about this movie, but there are a lot of things that really just kind of feel very surface level, very kind of what the kids say mid these days.
Do the kids say that?
Do the kids say that? Do they still say that?
I don't
know. What about you?
I think that the movie is extremely muted. I love Jack Kirby's Fantastic Four.
Yes.
There's a lot of Jack Kirby love in this movie. We get some great cameos, some great Easter eggs in this. I appreciate that. Yeah. I don't actually think it does Jack Kirby's Fantastic Four that much justice. Yeah. I think the cast is solid. It's hard to complain about Vanessa Kirby, Pedro Pascal. And their chemistry is really good, really strong. I like the choices made with production design and the art direction.
Same.
At the same time, I also think there are weird moments, like in all Marvel movies now, that look pretty cheap. The cinematography is flat in several places. In other places, it looks fantastic, and I think some of the special effects are outstanding.
Yeah.
Galactus, we finally get the big guy.
Yeah.
I was expecting a real character with Galactus, but he's basically a blue beam in the sky.
That's what it feels like with Galactus. I want to go back to what you were saying about the aesthetic of it, because I think the art direction is great. But to me, I think the aesthetic of this movie, it feels very small and limited. Because the movie is the ideas and the story is grand in scope. But it feels like while watching this movie, we're only in this neighborhood. We're only on this block.
How many people live in the Baxter Building? This skyscraper in New York City.
Yeah.
4 people and a robot? And sometimes a baby?
Yeah.
You need to populate this room. This has always been Marvel's problem, is they're not putting money into their background actors.
No,
and they give lip service to the concept of the Future Foundation in this, but they don't actually show us the Future Foundation. Yeah. Let's see the students. Let's see the secretaries and the assistants. Now, there's one secretary in this movie, but that only highlights how empty this building is. I do think that they get away from that Iron Man, rim shot storytelling, where it's sad thing happens, Robert Downey Jr. tells a joke, they do remove a little bit from that.
Yeah.
And I think that, again, there are big ideas in this that are exciting. I do like Julia Garner as Silver Surfer, even though I don't understand why she's Shala Ball and not just a gender-flipped Norrin Radd. If you're going to tell Norrin Radd's story, just Norrin Radd's story. Just do it.
Yeah, I mean, I see why they use again, I can't really speak to the Shala Ball and the Norrin Radd of it, but watching the movie now, I see why they chose Shala Ball because how it parallels with Vanessa Kirby and Sue Storm.
And motherhood.
And then also Johnny Storm as well.
Yeah. We want to have some sexy stuff happening.
Yeah, but I mean, if that's the reasoning why, okay, I see, but...
Bryan, at the end of the day, what do you give this movie? Was it good? Is it a B+? Is it a B-?
Honestly, I'm going to go a slight B+ because there's a lot that I didn't like about this movie. But you know what? I compare this to Captain America: The First Avenger, where that movie kind of felt like, okay, this wasn't necessarily the Captain America I thought that we were going to get, but seeing where that character went in Civil War and The Winter Soldier and beyond, I'm actually excited to see where these characters go moving forward in the MCU.
In the next movie that has 35 characters in it?
Yeah, and beyond that possibly as well. But I'll go B+ for this.
I'm on the line. It's not as bad as I Know What You Did Last Summer.
No.
But I'm not as hurt, or I'm more hurt by this movie than I was I Know What You Did Last Summer. To me, we had a huge opportunity to finally get Fantastic Four right, and it almost gets it right.
Yeah.
So I did not have a great time at the movies with this one. I'm going B-.
I can't argue with that because I'm right on the line too, but I'm just going to push it over to the B+ side. But yeah, so those are our thoughts. There we go. So those are our thoughts on Fantastic Four. When we return, one of the funniest movies of the years, maybe, possibly, The Naked Gun. We'll be right back.
Kids across America are going to school hungry every day. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. Learn more at helpnokidhungry.org.
Once you kill a man for revenge, there's no going back. A voice in your head sang over and over, "That was awesome."
Who are you?
Drebin. Detective Frank Drebin. Thanks.
Frank Drebin Jr. is following in his father's footsteps to try and save the police squad in the reboot/sequel to the original film, The Naked Gun. All right, Brad.
Now, this is how you do a reboot sequel.
Oh, yeah, not like,
not like I Know What You Did Last Summer.
You're actually right, yeah. This is how you actually do it. So you actually turned me on to this film because I knew nothing about this coming into the year, and then find out that Liam Neeson was starring in this, and it was directed by the Lonely Island guys who did Pop Star. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then, it feels like this movie really does kind of follow in the same footsteps, or at least is trying to with the original, with the casting.
100 jokes a minute, right?
Yeah, 100 jokes a minute,
This movie is jam-packed with jokes. Do all of them land? No. Do most of them not land? Maybe. But the ones that do land, they land hard.
Hilarious.
And Liam Neeson is such the perfect actor to follow in Leslie Nielsen's footsteps.
Yeah.
He is so deadpan. You know, and no one's really winking at the audience in this movie.
No.
And that's what serves the comedy.
But that's what makes it work, is the fact that they're playing it seriously. And then you let the people behind the scenes let the jokes play out, let the directors and everybody else kind of guide the movie, and let the actors kind of, like you say, play it deadpan to play it seriously.
I think what this film does more than the original film, and I just watched the original film again last night, is this one goes even more absurd. When Liam Neeson is fighting the bank robbers after sneaking in the form of a little girl. He literally transforms from a child to a man in a dress. And then he's like ripping arms off, and he's biting guns like they're chocolate bars. So like the absurdity level is even higher than the Leslie Nielsen one. I don't think the jokes land as well as the Leslie Nielsen one.
No.
But again, they're so freaking funny, and the chemistry between all the actors are really strong. I love Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson together.
Yeah, they're great together. I also thought Paul Walter Hauser was really good as his partner. I thought all of that stuff really worked. To me, it feels like this movie really lets you know the type of movie you're getting into from the opening title card. And it's like, okay, I want to see how they're going to kind of start, because like you said, the first movie, it opens up and it's a joke a mile a minute. And the original one starts off that way, and then when we get that title card, I'm like, okay, it's like I can sit back, I can relax, I know the type of movie I'm getting myself
And the comedy is super relatable. Like that title card, we've all done that homework. We've all reached the end of the page, you're like, oh. The other element of this movie that I don't want to spoil too much, but there are like mini movies within this movie.
Oh, dude, yes.
There is a montage that I think surpasses the montage of the original film.
Okay.
And you see it in the trailer. There is a snowman involved.
Yes.
And this movie goes full Jack Frost on us, both versions of Jack Frost. And I think that was the height of comedy. Unless we're talking about Busta Rhymes' seed in this movie.
Yes, the interrogation room scene, that for me had me dying. And then the story with the chili dogs.
Let's roll back the body cam footage and watch Liam Neeson throughout his day. What has he been up to?
Dude.
The point of view of his body cam?
Dude, I tell you, man, I'm normally not the person that really goes for like, fart humor.
Oh yeah, no.
This was priceless.
Is that fart humor or is that hot dog humor?
A little bit of both.
I relate to hot dog humor quite a bit.
A little bit of both.
Best Busta Rhymes since Halloween Resurrection.
Ooh.
You're welcome.
Okay. I'll leave that one right there. I'll leave that one tucked away. But I think also as well is the runtime. Because when you have a movie like this, you got to be in and out. Because I will say this about the movie, although I really did enjoy it and all the jokes don't land for me, when we get to the end, I found myself to say, okay, it's starting to wear thin a little bit.
I think they rely a little too heavily on the plot device. The villain of this story, Danny Houston, who's fantastic, and he plays this schmarmy guy so well.
Yeah, he plays it well.
That threat is dragged on a little too long. I don't think it works as well as Ricardo Montalban does in the original Naked Gun.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go B+. Like I said, all the jokes don't really land. I think that it really goes up to that line where it does start to kind of wear thin, but I think the movie gets out right at a perfect time. But there are jokes, and we talked about two of those jokes that it's belly laugh. Like it really lands. So yeah, this is easily a B+.
You gotta keep hold of your asthma medication. Right? We gotta watch that stuff. It's definitely a B+ for me.
Yeah.
I want to watch a bunch of sequels right now.
Yeah.
You got to see this in the theater. You got to go see it with a crowd.
Oh my God, yeah. I was able to see this with a big crowd that was into it. They were really into it, and to see a collective crowd laugh the way they did. It's been a while since we've had a comedy in theaters where you have people collectively laugh in that way, that communal experience. Yeah. We've had that in other ways through scary movies, action movies, dramas, but comedies.
The next movie we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, there's definitely a communal experience with that. But yeah, it was such a great time, and I want to see more comedies like this. So yeah, you said B+ for you as well. So yeah, it's a B+. So there you go. B+ for both of us. So when we return, we're going to talk about the new film from Zach Cregger, Weapons, the new creepy, maybe funny movie. Stay right there.
Today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory. A victory that is there for the taking. Grab it.
Now that was a great halftime speech. Let's go win.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
I just want to say how very sorry I am for all of what's happened. I know there's nothing I can say to make this better. The truth is that I want an answer just as bad as all of you. I love those kids. And I know it's not.
She should be locked up until she tells us what happened.
Justine Gandy confronts a mob of angry parents when their children go missing in the middle of the night in the follow-up film from Zach Cregger, Weapons. Bryan.
All right.
Barbarian.
Yes.
That film was an experience.
It was, and unfortunately, I missed that one in the theater, so I didn't really get to have kind of like that theater experience of Barbarian.
Yeah. But that is a movie that the moment you see it, you're like, I need to see that second film.
Yes.
Whatever this guy does, I want to watch that movie.
Yes, and he actually takes his style of movie making and structure and elevates that to another level that just was so satisfying.
Yeah, this is a tricky movie to review, right?
I know.
Because I don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
If you've seen the trailer, you definitely get the impression of a certain kind of movie. Like, oh, kids are missing.
Yeah.
It's in a school. This is serious, heavy subject matter.
Yeah.
And yet this movie might be the funniest movie of the year at times.
It is.
I feel like every genre exists within Weapons. You have comedy, you have action, you have horror.
Yeah.
You may have a little Western in it, actually.
Okay.
Look at that Josh Brolin character.
Okay.
And then you have like this fun structure where you're being told a thing, and then you're being told that thing from a different point of view.
Yes.
And then you're being told that thing from a different point of view.
The structure takes you on a ride.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're following, the teacher and everything. And I'm not going to give too much away, but the way that it is structured, the one thing I'll say about Zach Cregger, he does this with Barbarian too. When I say this feels like a roller coaster and he takes you on a ride, he knows how to play and manipulate with his audience and really knows how to bring out the most in a movie experience.
How people watch horror films.
Yes.
And what was so fun watching this the other night with you is we had some chuckleheads to our left that talked through the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
Please don't do that. But these guys were doing it. And what was great is these guys would go like, oh, here comes a jump scare in 3, 2, 1, and then it wouldn't happen.
No, yeah.
And they kept doing it. Oh, here comes a jump scare in 3, no, and then Cregger doesn't do it. And then these guys were also getting real mad at Julia Garner's teacher character because she was doing stupid things. And that's the point of this movie, is this woman is spiraling.
She's spiraling out of control.
Before this movie starts, she's in a bad way.
Yes.
And then this awful, extreme thing happens to her and her students.
Yeah.
It doesn't fix her.
No,
right?
It doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, these are about suburban, like middle America characters who are broken. Like all these characters are broken in some way, shape, or form. And it's them trying to not necessarily fix themselves, but trying to solve this mystery, but also like as their lives, like you say, are kind of spiraling out of control as well. And that's part of the fun of it.
I think when you see the trailer and when you experience the story from the first perspective, you're trying to get ahead of the movie. You're like, okay, this is a mystery. What's going on here? Is there something to be solved? And the answer is, it doesn't matter. The answer to this mystery is not what's interesting. It's how this story is being experienced by these very different people.
Yeah. What did you think of the cast of this?
Because fantastic.
Yeah, because I mean, we have Julia Garner, we have Benedict Wong, Alden Ehrenreich,
Josh
Brolin.
Yeah. And I don't know who's playing James, but whoever's playing James is killing it.
Steals the movie.
Yeah.
Steals this movie. But like you say, with that structure and all of this basically ensemble cast, I think all of them fit so perfectly and how they interconnect with each other to slowly kind of unravel the mystery of this movie.
Yeah, well, they all come colliding together, right?
Yeah.
Like this is the horror film version of Magnolia, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And then, we talked about, from my point of view, that the last 10 minutes of I Know What You Did Last Summer may have saved the day.
Yeah.
The last 10 minutes of Weapons certainly saved the day.
Yeah.
I was enjoying that film, and then Zach Cregger's like, oh, guess what? This thing goes up to 11.
That's the thing that took it to an 11 for me and just took it over the edge where I was like, oh, this is one of the best movies of the year. Yeah. The last 10 minutes, again, no spoilers, but the cathartic nature of everything that we've been through with that movie up until that point, and that catharsis that's released is so
satisfying.
Yeah. It's like,
it's gnarly. It's gnarly. And like this is a movie that is going to show you some stuff that you may not want to see. But if you can handle that or jive with that, it's also going to deliver some pretty big belly laughs as well.
Yeah, and Zach Cregger, I said after this movie, he has me in the palm of his hand. I'm like, whatever you want to do next.
I mean, he had me with Barbarian, and what Weapons does is show that Barbarian was not a fluke. The sophomore feature may be the best feature.
Oh, I say easily. I liked Barbarian a lot, and it surprised me. But this, again, takes it to another level. But you know what Zach Cregger is doing next, which I didn't know?
What?
Resident Evil.
Heck yeah.
I'm with it. I'm for it.
Yeah. Bring back Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, maybe.
Those movies are great, Brian.
Okay. Yeah, we've debated this before. What's your rating?
I loved it. It's a B+. One of my favorite movies of the year. Crazy to say, but true.
I didn't know what to expect going into this. I absolutely love this movie. Definitely, easily one of my favorite movies of the year. This is a B+. I highly recommend it. See it with a crowd. Please see it with a crowd, because to go on this journey and to see, like we talked about with Naked Gun, like that communal experience.
And see it before the internet ruins it for you.
That too. Yeah, please go see it. Whenever this review comes out, it's already out. Go see it ASAP. So yeah, this is a high B+. So yeah, those are our thoughts on Weapons. Let's go ahead and review what we talked about on this episode. We started with I Know What You Did Last Summer. That was a B- for both me and Brad. Then we moved over to the Fantastic Four, First Steps. We split on that one, but not by much. Brad gave that a B-. I'm right on the line, but I tipped over to a B+. Then we moved over to The Naked Gun, a hilarious movie. Definitely check that out. That is a B+ for both of us. And then Weapons, one of the best movies of the year. Check this out as soon as possible. It is a B+ for both of us. All right, so thank you for joining us on this latest episode of B&B Movie Reviews. Come be a part of the conversation. If you have questions, suggestions, feel free to email us at bnbmoviereviews@gmail.com. And with that, we will see you at the movies.